Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Monday. Barnes, Tony, and Dan. Once again, a big week upon us. Bar A, Friday.
That's right,
TCA, dude. Mad Dog. Let's fucking go. Not to mention the week of Tony's birthday.
That's right, dude. I almost forgot, honestly.
Wow. You're almost
forgetting.
forgetting. I mean, that's crazy, huh?
I mean, there's just so much going on, you know? So much has gone on.
Tony's a Bravo
dude.
star now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's got a lot on his plate,
Yeah, dude. I'll be on TV, dude. You'll see me.
But other than that, how was the weekend?
Dude, it was sick. I was telling you before, Gino surprised 30th, dude, on Saturday, which was interesting. The classic Long Island drive, Saturday early afternoon, late morning. But obviously it was totally worth it. Definitely a fun drive. You gotta keep your head, you're on your toes, head on a swivel sort of deal. But we went to this place in Massapequa, Casey's Cocktail Bar, I think. Didn't know it was rooftop. Was the rooftop? Glad it was, honestly. Because the way I dressed, I was ready for the outside. Hot day on Saturday, but Gino, big surprise, dude. Everyone there, the whole fam bam. Nice to see Gino. His child, his home.
How old is his child
afterwards. It's a great question, dude. 2, 3.
Wow,
that's wild to think about. Yeah. But
That's
it was
crazy.
great, dude. The food was awesome. I was telling you, chicken parm. Dude, I must have had probably a dozen mozzarella sticks, honestly. Just because they came walking around with the hors d'oeuvres, little bruschetta, mozzarella sticks, pigs in a blanket, and I don't know what it was, dude. I guess there wasn't really a crazy amount of people there, but I don't know. Every time I looked around, there was the woman with the mozzarella dish. So I was like, all right, dude, yeah, I'll take another one. And at one point, she put it down on one of the tables, and then it was just a feeding frenzy, Brian.
It's
so good.
Yeah, you with the mozzarella sticks. I can't tell though if you like saying it that way more or eating the mozzarella sticks.
The fucking sticks,
mozzarella,
dude, okay?
mod sticks.
The mozzarella sticks.
But mod sticks, you can't just say mod sticks.
Who says that? No one says that.
You
dude.
never say mod sticks.
I maybe have said it 3 times, maybe.
Wow, that's
only
crazy.
in Connecticut, though. Only in the state lines.
No one says mozzarella sticks, okay? They might say I got a sandwich fresh mozzarella. That's fine, but nobody says mozzarella
What the hell is
sticks.
that, dude? No.
Nobody says it. Nobody says it.
No one's ever given me problems.
No, remember? Was it the horseshoe or was somewhere else?
Mozzarella sticks?
Yeah, you said it, and I know Mike was there, and the person was what?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe I think I was calling in an order, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
But
what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. No. Too funny. How was your weekend, Dan?
Weekend was good. I had some birthdays. My girlfriend's great grandmother's birthday on Saturday.
How old?
94.
Wow, 94.
Yeah.
God bless her.
And then my aunt's 70th birthday yesterday. So my cousin that currently lives in North Carolina was up, had breakfast with them. So a lot of family and just celebrating people's birthdays.
Yeah, there you go. And I was just saying before, I was celebrating Sam's uncle getting married at her house yesterday. The Testo's catering,
That's
the
right,
food.
dude.
So we had a great time with her and some of her family there. And they're actually new subscribers. So I don't know if they're listening right now, but
let's go,
everyone
dude.
was real excited. They're going to start tuning in.
What are they fans of?
So really, it was more, they were just thought the whole podcast thing was so cool. But one of them, his name is John, 83 years old, golfs all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Practicing lawyer. And we were talking about it. He belongs to a Trump golf course in Hudson Valley. I forgot like the specific name of it, but
Okay.
he plays all the time.
That's
so we're
awesome.
Talking about that.
Like trial lawyer? Are we talking trials? Like in the courtroom? Like I object?
I think it sounds like everything, to be honest.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
know the full extent of it, but we had some good golf conversation. And he was saying back in the day he was a 3 handicap.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, we were having some good golf conversation. Sam's grandpa was there as well. So we were talking some golf. So, you know me with the golf, could talk about it all day. So
yeah, dude.
that was a great day. And then, I mean, you had the legendary Yankee comeback on Saturday.
That's right.
And then the win yesterday to win the series. So all in all, a great weekend. The golf, definitely a little bit of a struggle. Actually played 27 on Saturday because there's this place in Carmel called Centennial. Because I was supposed to play with Pooch and Ree, what's it called? Sterling on Saturday. But I guess when I booked the tee time, I only booked 1 tee time instead of 3. That we had to go there. And it's like always been a nicer course, and they have 3 9. So that's why we ended up playing 27. But just the driver still a problem. So I did book a lesson for next week. So definitely riled, because I feel like once I get that consistent where it's like I'm not on the tee thinking, oh geez, I hope I don't go left, hit it in the ground, this and that. It's just like a bad tee shot. I mean, just sets you up for failure. So so riled to just get the lesson, get back down to business, because I had some good rounds last week, but still just no confidence with the driver, and I just feel like that's so big. Anytime you're out there. So
it starts off your hole. I mean, come on, dude. When's the lesson?
Next Tuesday.
Let's go, dude. What time?
3.
Okay.
Yeah. So riled for that. Get back to business. But speaking of getting back to business, obviously a lot to talk about, but a slew of comments.
You said it, dude. Slew.
Let's start there.
Yes, let's do it, dude. We have Michael Buckta in the house, who I know was texting me about pizza this weekend. Went to Sally's, which, maybe he was at Pepe's. I forget which one, dude. But in any case, dude, I mean, I feel like I haven't had pizza in forever. I'm very happy to announce that the late night combos are back with Ernie. He says, and then also Barnes. I'm taking it that you don't have a dog. Back on the dog again, dude, if I'm correct. Yes, Michael. He does not have one. Josh B says, what up, fam? What's up, Josh B? Glad to hear from you. Matt here saying that he is here. Let's get this started. Absolutely big Monday for everyone here.
Let's fucking go.
Ernie with the year. And then we have John Pollock says, oi, everyone. How did the Tigers do this weekend? I don't even know, actually.
He said something about finally the losing streak is over and you need to beat the Pirates. So it must have been good,
yeah. Ernie, what's good? Let's fucking go Yanks. He says looking okay-ish. Bar a Friday. Barnes gets his sample.
I don't understand that. Oh, gotcha. No, when he said that, I thought he was talking about because you're not.
Don't blame me. What are you blaming me
chat? For? No. But I'm saying he's talking about how to kind of not like, I wouldn't say like troll me, but maybe like mess with me a little bit. Like, I don't know. We've definitely had the conversation about this, but just how he has the all the jerseys or almost all the jerseys in the league, and that he was going to wear a Manny jersey, and then everyone was kind of ripping on him. Like, and then he was saying like, I don't know, like how am I going to start raging towards him? And I was like, oh no, Ernie, like don't even worry about that. Like, first of all, I would never do it, and I wouldn't be making mistakes. So I mean, that's up to you. I mean, and then the other layer I would add to that, it's not like I'm going to like pose for a picture with somebody wearing a Manny Ramirez Red Sox jersey, but I thought that's where
you wouldn't pose with someone that was wearing it. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Really? All right.
Yeah. I mean, you got to stick to your morals, your morals, whatever.
Yeah, laurels and morals. You're absolutely right there. Yeah. But yeah, Ernie, I'm hyped for this weekend as well. Kev do. So let's go. He don't want the smoke, he says. Interesting.
Come on, Kev. I don't think you exactly wanted the smoke. I mean, maybe you should get out there for the Mets, huh? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, Kev. Continue.
Okay, dude. And Ernie hyped to see John Pollock beep, and of course, late night contact buddy, LNCB. There we go. That's what that means. My mother in there says, hi, fellas. And then my mom says, I lost my fan crown. Oh, that's right, because YouTube, the fan crown.
Is that just based on comments?
I think so. I think comments on the day, right? On the stream. It's not like you're.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's like a permanent. I don't know why, Danny. Do you know more than that? You're kind of like, yeah, you know what it is. No?
I think it's just that. I mean, I can't even get on the YouTube today, so I have it on my phone. I don't know, for whatever reason, not we're on my computer.
Oh, really? Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it says like it's restricted.
That's interesting. Because actually, Tommy's been having some trouble with YouTube. He hasn't been able to get on it for like a long time. And somehow it has something to do with his Apple ID. Like I don't understand it. But
yeah, I don't know. That sounds kind of crazy and annoying.
Yeah.
Sometimes, dude, all these technological advances end up holding you back,
It's true. It really is. It really is.
Josh B with the yearny. Donnelly says, good morning, all. And then she also says, smoke is Kev's middle name, LOL. Matt hyped about the hell of a comeback on Saturday. And then there we go. John Pollock finally losing streak over. Need to beat the Pirates now, he says. Which I think is pretty doable, but there we go. We're caught up on the comments, dude.
Yeah, no, let's
the DTV
go.
faithful.
So much to talk about, and like we said, such an exciting week is upon us. But because I know most of the show, obviously, I mean we're going to be talking baseball here, but let's just do a quick recap. The 153rd Open Championship, Royal Portrush. What a surprise. Scottie Scheffler, second major of the year, fourth overall, 3/4 of the way to the career Grand Slam, 17 under par, taking home $3.1 million, 750 FedEx Cup points. And I mean, just the typical Scottie Scheffler tournament, gets out there, shoots 3 under on Thursday, couple back, and then dominates on Friday with a 64, and then really just steady the whole way, 64, 67, even made a double yesterday and still shot 3 under par. And I mean, was really dialed in with the putter. It's just crazy what he's done in such a short amount of time. And I saw this come across my screen here right before we started. So his first 70 starts on the PGA Tour, 0 wins, 0 majors. His last 76 starts, 17 wins and 4 majors. So talk about flipping the script. And he really seems like the rare person who, we've had so many flashes in the pan and, thinking of guys that, they're going to become all-time greats. And some of them, sure, I mean, they have their place in history, but it's just like, whether it's Rory, whether it's Brooks Koepka, whether it's Jordan Spieth, whether it's Justin Thomas, whether it's even, Cam Smith for a little bit, Dustin Johnson, where they'll get these big wins and then we think more and more is to come and then it doesn't happen. But for Scottie Scheffler, like we said, I mean, 4 wins, 4 major wins, his last 76 starts. That's unbelievable. And to win both the PGA and the Open this year, and the
Crazy.
fact too, I think Boomer Esiason had a Sports Minute this morning, and he was saying, I guess next year's U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills, the final round will be on Scottie's 30th birthday, and that would give him the chance to have the career Grand Slam. So the numbers are unbelievable, and you even have fellow golfers. I think Xander Schauffele was one of them, but just saying, like, you look on the leaderboard, he's there, you're in trouble. So, I mean, his fellow peers, know how dominant he is, and he just doesn't get flustered. I mean, you never look at his round and it's like, he shot 4 over. Like, that doesn't happen.
Right.
I mean, what was your takeaway from yet another major win here for Scottie?
I mean, surprise isn't really the word, right? I mean, kind of like you kind of alluded to it. It's like, wow, like, who would have thought? It's like, I mean, this guy is just that good. Like you said, I mean, it's not even just Xander. I mean, it's all the golfers on tour, dude. I mean, they all know how good Rory is, how good Scottie is. Rory said actually over the weekend, like, it's, you see him up on the leaderboard and he sets the bar for everyone else, like, quite literally, like he's the guy everyone is chasing right now. He is that good. So yeah, 29 years old. It's really amazing to see what he's doing. And it's like, at the end of the day, I mean, like, you're going into this tournament, like, people were talking about him questioning, like, like his mentality because of that interview, like, what's the point, well, like, this is the point, dude. And then obviously, it is really all summed up, after what he had parred the last hole, the parents, the wife, the son, all there celebrating.
The son
with him,
stumbling, running up the hill.
I mean, that is what Scottie lives for, you know? So it was really great to see all that. And like you said, the dominance of Scottie is really crazy. You said 153rd Open, dude, only 4th player ever in the Open Championship history to shoot 68 or better in all 4 rounds, dude. So, you know, the dominance was there. And he's probably going to continue to do that, you know?
Yeah.
You know who the other 3 golfers are by any chance? I wrote them down. I just wanted to see.
I mean, I would think it would be like Tiger. No?
No, 2 of them happened in the last 10 years.
Okay.
One of them in the last 5.
One of them in the last 5.
Yeah.
Is it not Harmon?
No.
Smith?
No.
Schauffele?
No.
Who the hell is it?
Colin Morikawa was one of them, dude.
Snead?
No.
Palmer? Player?
No.
Norman?
It's no one that I even know, dude, to be honest. It's Henrik Stenson in 2016.
Okay, yeah.
And then Jesper Parnevik in 94.
Jesus, wow.
So...
yeah, and then did you also know, I mean, it's crazy to think about. If he had just shot even par on Thursday, Bryson DeChambeau would have won this tournament by 6 strokes. He broke the 54-hole scoring record for the Open Championship, obviously going from Friday through Sunday. He ends up finishing in
tied for
10th. After shooting 78 on Thursday, went 65, 68, 64. Unbelievable.
That's actually crazy, dude.
You know, so I mean, I think when you look at things and they're still not in the same stratosphere, but I think the guys who really seem to poise any threat to Scottie are Bryson, Rory, and Xander, and they, you know, Xander and Rory tied for 7th. Bryson finishes 10th. But everybody else, I mean, just seems like eons away from doing what he's doing. Plus, I mean, I'm really thinking about this in terms of, I can't think of a major, and it's because he converts every time he's in the lead, but like where he's been right there, you know, maybe a stroke back where they're playing in the final group with him. It seems like when those guys have won majors, he's further back in the field. But if he's even with them, I mean, it's like, I mean, can they really beat them? I'm sure, yes, it's possible, but we haven't seen that.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, that's actually a good thing. Maybe we should look into that. How many times he is maybe even with the leader going into Sunday or something?
I mean, I think he definitely hasn't been.
Right.
Like, and that's what's interesting too. But it's just, I guess it's because, I mean, you think about these tournaments, there's so many golfers in the field. But it's like, even like, you know, going back a ways here. I mean, how many times did we see Tiger and Rory in the final group, Tiger and Phil in the final? It just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? I feel like you get one of those guys, and then maybe it's guys that are a surprise. Like, I mean, who thought Hae-Tong Lee would have been in the final pairing, or that Harris English would finish runner-up, or Chris Gotterup, who won last week at the Scottish, you know, would have finished 3rd, and Wyndham Clark, fresh off his suspension at Oakmont, would tie for 4th with Matthew Fitzpatrick, who all of a sudden is playing really great golf after really struggling since winning at Brookline a few years ago for the U.S. Open. So it is kind of interesting, but the trajectory now for Scottie is unbelievable, and especially with the whole thing, like the final round being on his birthday next year. I mean, it feels like it's like a given. He's just going to complete the Grand Slam and probably win another major too. Maybe win the Masters again, because he's on his like every other year trajectory with that.
Unbelievable, dude. It really is.
Now I know it was a tight schedule, but streaming phone, did you get to catch anything, or more just like highlights on Twitter?
I guess more so highlights on Twitter, but it was on at the bar on Saturday, and you could imagine, you know, Gino just coming from golf. I mean, you know, we were tuning in, and that was when Scottie was like, I think he had like a fucking 5-stroke lead. He was, I think, on Saturday maybe he was 15 under or something like that at the time of him watching. So it was like, I mean, right there we kind of knew, oh, it's probably like in the books at this point, dude.
Yeah, and it's like moving forward for these majors, like it's just like, you know, picking other people, it's like almost like just kind of taking a shot in the dark, like just trying to do something different. But it's like, how is that not as good of a bet as any? Because it just seems like the separation, you know, is just so great. And I'm trying to think back. So pre-tournament, I know I had Rahm, who finished 34th, and then Justin Rose, who finished tied for 16th. Who were your picks again?
I think I had Hovland and probably Keegan Bradley. I think was my sleeper.
Who both made the cut though, right?
I know. I thought Bradley did. I don't know honestly. Let's see.
Hovland did make the cut, but finished tied for 63rd.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bradley had a pretty good tournament though.
Yeah, I thought he did.
Tied
too.
for 30th.
Tied for 30th. Yep.
But
hey.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it is, and I think that was right. I mean, otherwise, like if you weren't trying to kind of get it right, but also pick something different, I mean, you would just pick Scottie every time, right? I mean, for a major,
yeah, absolutely, especially the majors.
Yeah,
dude.
It's crazy though that we find ourselves like once again at this point though, where the 8 months till those first tee shots, Augusta National. Because, I mean, right? I mean, like anything until then, I mean, I guess the Players' Championship is pretty good, and the Ryder Cup will actually be good at Bethpage, but there's only like a couple of things for a long time. It really kind of, but I guess there's other things going on in sports, but, I just feel like there's nothing like major championship season.
Yeah, nothing like it, dude.
No.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. But yeah, congratulations to Scottie.
Yep.
History, right in front of our eyes. And let's see. Other than that, I guess that was really the main takeaways. I mean, good to see. We mentioned Stenson with that record. He made the cut, ended up finishing tied for 45th. Phil had an up and down week, but made the cut as well at 54 years old. Ends up finishing 56, but shot 67 yesterday, which is pretty impressive. As well as Lee Westwood, who had to qualify. He finished his tied for 34th. He's over 50 years old as well. Oh, the one other thing was, did you see Shane Lowry with the 2-shot penalty on the practice swing or no?
Oh, no.
So, yeah, he had a ball in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking a practice swing. And just like the motion of the practice swing, it's not like his club hit it, but his club hit the grass, which slightly changed the position of the ball. He didn't realize it, and they showed the replay, and he wasn't looking down at the ball. But I guess the TV caught it. So after the round, he met with the RNA, and they did a 2-shot penalty for that. And it's just one of those things. I know that's just how it is, but to me, it just seems so ridiculous. Like you're in this thick rough. The ball, like it almost feels like it shouldn't be a rule, but then I know it's like if you don't have rules like that, then people take advantage. But I feel like you should pull it up, Tony, just so you get an idea of it. So just Lowry, practice swing or whatever. I'm sure it'll come right up.
Shane Lowry. Oh, come on, man. This is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Like just looking at it from afar there, I couldn't even tell. But I see it, but I mean, it's just so ridiculous.
Stop it, dude. Hold on a second. Look at this. Oh my God, dude. And it's like not even like he was close. Like he wasn't close.
It's just like, I don't know. But like, I guess, how do you really differentiate between that and something more egregious? I don't know. But it just feels like it's like that shouldn't be the case. And I guess if he had realized that he had done it, it would have only been a 1-shot penalty. But not that it really ended up making that much of a difference.
Yeah,
but
true.
I mean, I guess just for his wallet, maybe, because he ends up finishing tied for 40th. And if he had finished 4 under, it would have been tied for 30th. So I don't know what the payday difference was there. But yeah, so I mean, it was, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I watched a ton of it, not a ton like just at home on my TV, but just on my phone, like just
there we
like
go.
a lot of the coverage. So I'm glad I got to see this, and I thought Royal Portrush did a great job. The scenery there, unbelievable. Weather ended up being pretty good, a little rough in the first 2 days, but then was great over the weekend. So an outstanding 153rd Open Championship at Royal Portrush. And like I said, the next major we will see it will be Augusta National in April with some other stuff. Like, and I said, the Bethpage Ryder Cup, I think, is going to be great. So looking forward to that. And then also on the alternative side of things at the Barracuda, Lake Tahoe, we saw Ryan Gerard. And I want to say, maybe I don't know if it was his first PGA Tour win. I kind of want to actually look this up, but plus 47 with the points. he gets the job done. And I hate, like, you just want to look at it real quick. And of course, it's taking forever to get to his player page.
Yeah, it's like the internet here isn't great today.
Wait, really? That's a surprise.
Oh,
come on, Sharon, lighten up. First career win. 25 years old, Raleigh, North Carolina.
There we go.
University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. So that's awesome to see. $720,000 he wins for that. Next week we'll be in Minnesota for the 3M, and then we got Wyndham, and then the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. So we'll talk about that on Wednesday. But great job there by Scottie. And I did see we had some more comments come in.
Yeah, dude, we have a few more comments in here. Let's see, dude. Yeah, we got Donna in there. Kev Do reiterates he don't want the smoke. I will leave it at that.
And I will say, Kev, you don't want the smoke.
Is he you?
I don't know.
Yeah. And then John Pollock says, Lord Scooble saved us
2-1
again.
victory over the Tigers Sunday Night Baseball.
Can we get him a robotic arm so he can pitch every game? And then he says, man, my pick, Rory McIlroy, falling short again. Scottie is just amazing. He says Scottie has just been tied once going into Sunday in his major championship appearances. 2024 Masters is what he says there. And
there
then
we go. Great job by Fishboy there.
Yeah, thank you there, John. Ernie also says that one run to save my fantasy matchup. Fishboy laughing. John getting a kick out of that. And then Josh B saying he's ready for Thursday, Barnes.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, dude, was talking to Jay last night, actually.
He's
too.
jumped.
He's pumped. He's jumped. He's amped. He's jumping right now, dude.
I can't wait. Honestly, it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
what
dude.
a stretch this weekend with that, and then Staten Island, and then Parade, and then Atlantic City. I mean, it is going to be
crazy,
quite the marathon. But let's fucking go, Jay. By the way, courtesy of Josh B, he's always good with this stuff. So Lowry went from possibly making $104,850. I know it would be different with the tiebreakers to $68,340. So ends up costing him over 30 large. So that's kind of crazy, but. That's what it is. It rules are rules. You got to follow them. All of that nonsense. Let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it, Yep.
And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So we had the start of, I guess, the unofficial second half. I think they played 96 games before the break. But get started on Friday, and for the Yankees, it wasn't the best start. And this game initially was supposed to be started by Cam Schlittler. He was a little banged up, but he'll be starting tomorrow. He's good to go. Obviously, subject to some trade rumors, but looks like he'll get another start here before that possibly happens. So in Atlanta, not the way you want to start. So you go with the opener, Ian Hamilton, getting the start here, and he pitches one inning, he gets up 3 runs to start the game, and it just felt like it was setting the wrong tone for the second half of the season, because you came in with a sense of urgency. You're down 2 in the division, you're 10-16 in the AL East, you have a big series starting today, against Toronto, at the Rogers Center, and it was just the antithesis of what you wanted to see. Also it was just a game where you didn't get any offense till late. You ended up losing this game 7-3. The only positive was, you didn't really use, your top relievers. After Hamilton, they ended up going to Rico Garcia, who ends up getting DFA'd, and then Efros and Brubaker finished the game. But no offense for the Yankees until the 7th inning. Spencer Strider, was just completely dominant. 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. He picked up his 4th win And then come the seventh inning, Stanton, who's been kind of dialed in since coming off the injured list, had a double to score Ben Rice and Austin Wells, and then also Cody Bellinger, sold in Peraza. But that was all the offense that they got. So it was just surprising to see. Like I said, I mean, these games are so important. And it felt like you were punting it. I mean, you got, Spencer Strider on the hill going with a bullpen game. Just didn't seem like the best decision, but I mean, Fried, obviously they wanted to have him rested and healed that blister, as well as Rodon to save them for the Toronto series. So that's what you were left with. So if that wasn't the way you wanted to start. But fortunately, the rest of the weekend ended up being outstanding, and really what you hope is the turning point in this Yankee season was their dramatic 12-9 comeback victory on Saturday, and it was kind of interesting. So I mentioned, I was golfing in Carmel, with Riley and Pooch, and then we went to go get wings at this place, TK's. So we turn on the game. It's 5-0 in the fourth inning, and I'm just, basically raging, texting in the TCA chat, and really, because me, I don't like to get over negative, but that's the way I was feeling. Like, it's like, this is just absolutely nonsense, and just it seems like the players don't give a shit, all of this. But somehow it all turns around. So even after Will Warren doesn't even get through 4 innings and gives up 5 runs, the Yankees just put a tremendous comeback together. And it's crazy. Who was the star of the show? I mean, obviously we'll get to it, but Grisham with the big blow, but Anthony Volpe, 2 for 4, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs, his first career multi-home run game. So you're down 5-0 in the fifth. He hits a 2-run homer to left to make it 5-2. And after the Braves on an Ozzie Albies 2-run single in the fifth make it 7-2, and the negativity is growing. 6th inning, the Yankees put together 4 runs to make it 7-6. Jazz with the single, Grisham with an RBI ground out. Volpe situational hitting, really narrowly missed a third home run, but hits a sac fly. And then Austin Wells with an RBI grounded as well. So 7-6 going to the bottom of the 6th. But unfortunately, in that inning, you give up another run. And who else but Jonathan Loaizaga, who just has not been dialed in. So Matt Olson with the single, so down 8-6. But Cody Bellinger, first pitch he sees, hits one to right center, so 8-7. And then from that point on, the bullpen was mostly locked in. Luke Weaver gets a huge 5 outs, saves a situation where, they have the bases loaded, 1 out, relieves Loaizaga, and just gets the 2 outs to get out of the inning. And then Anthony Volpe with another home run to left center, tying the game at 8. And then 9th inning, you have 2 outs, bases loaded, Trent Grisham up, and this is on the heels of feeling like your opportunity had come and gone, because Jazz Chisholm, the at bat before, hits like I didn't see the exit velocity, but probably was like 110 miles an hour line drive right at the third baseman. So you felt like, geez, are we really going to blow this opportunity? But Trent Grisham, I believe it was a 1-1 count, hanging curveball, and I had just gotten home to see this, so I was obviously real pumped up. Grand slam with 2 outs to make it 12-8, and there were some important at bats in there. Goldschmidt had singled, Judge intentionally walked, and then Stanton works a 3-2 walk as well leading up to this. But Grisham, we've seen him come up big in big spots before. And like I said, this was a game you must have the flat performance the day before. So Grisham with the heroics makes it 12-8. They have Devin Williams pitch the bottom of the 9th. And he does give up a hit and a run, but is able to close the door. So Yankees win 12-9. And like I said, you're hoping that this is the momentum win that you need, and you needed a big performance out of Marcus Stroman yesterday, and he does just that for the first time this year, going 6 innings, only allowing 1 earned run on a Ronald Acuna Jr. Home run. Or not Ronald Acuna, but Matt Olson. Acuna was later on, but I mean, just everything you needed. You need the bullpen rested for this series against Toronto coming up. So he set the tone, and the Yankee offense got going. First inning, they scored 2 runs. A Judge home run, which was his 36th of the season. And then you also had Paul Goldschmidt with an RBI single. So you're up 2-0 after 1. We mentioned Stroman locked in. And then with 2 outs, Yorbit Vivas, which was interesting. You had some pinch hitters on the bench, but they stick with Vivas with the bases loaded. He gets hit by a pitch, so that makes it 3-0. We mentioned the Olsen home run in the 6th off Stroman, the only blemish for Stroman on the day. So that's 3-1. But then you had Jazz with a double in the 7th to stretch it to 4-1. So you got a 4-1 game. And this is after the bullpen really does a good job, and they've been spotty. I think they mentioned something like, I don't know, I could be off on this, but I think it was like 17 games. The ERA was like in the 7s. But fortunately, following Stroman, Ian Hamilton, an 8-pitch 7th inning, perfect with a strikeout. Tim Hill works around a hit, and has a scoreless inning in the 8th. And then Devin Williams does give up a home run to Ronald Acuna Jr., but then, gets the other couple outs there to pick up his 14th save of the year. Yankees win the game 55-44 now, and even 25-25 on the road. And I think it was like their first road series win in a month. Very important win because Toronto ended up sweeping the Giants. So Yankees now 3 games behind Toronto, but obviously could have been a lot worse. But this was a performance you need because we've seen them get the big win, the comeback win, and then kind of fall flat in their face after. But to follow it up the next day was great. And it was great to see, too, the offense kind of lacking there for the first game and a half of this series. Seems like it had come alive. 9 hits yesterday. Stanton, 3 for 5, roping some singles. Jazz had a big game going 2 for 4. Obviously, the Judge homer, and even Volpe got another hit there as well. So, just a complete team effort, and you just got to hope that it sets the tone for this Toronto series. But winning this series or not, I mean, I think the needs are still evident here. Just in terms of third base, the bullpen arms, and another starter, and there's some rumblings about a potential deal on the table with the Diamondbacks, where the Yankees would be giving up Schlittler for other prospects, not Lombard or Jones, and receiving Merrill Kelly, Eugenio Suarez, and Jalen Beeks, which I would hope they would just do right now, but I'm sure there's still some negotiating out there. But you feel like they need a deal like this because, I mean, some of the pieces are there, but you just need to improve in a couple areas. And I think, a perfect example was Vivas, getting thrown out on Friday, on that sac fly, Acuna hosing him and just not even sliding, and then the whole fundamentals conversation. But him and Peraza, hitting 173 and 147 respectively. I mean, that's just not going to get the job done. No. And it's crazy too. Spencer Jones has been hitting 400 since his promotion to AAA. 2 homers yesterday. Narrowly missed a third with the double. So there have been some thought, maybe he would be involved in one of these deals. It doesn't seem like they're going to trade him now. But you have other pieces to give. And while it would hurt to lose Schlittler, I feel like that's just a move you got to make, because I just don't think the Blue Jays are going away. And you haven't played the Red Sox well either. So you just need to improve this team. And I think those are some moves that you need to make. So the all important series, on the horizon here with the Blue Jays tonight. It's going to be Rodon, Gaussman. And this is Rodon's opportunity. I mean, a big game. He looked good in the All-Star game, and he had a great first half, but this is a spot where we really need him. And they were talking about it, I think, on DNR, but just like you want to see him work out a situation where if it's the first inning and he gets 2 runners on, is he going to fold, or is he going to toughen up, grind it out, get through the inning? Because I know it's like, okay, even if you lost today, you win 2 out of 3, great. But I think it's just paramount. You have to win tonight. You have to set the tone. You've been embarrassing your division, 10-16. That's a record that a last place team has against their division. So a huge game tonight. But what did
Gaussman.
what did you make of the this past weekend and what we have ahead of us with the Blue Jays, Dan?
I was okay with Friday doing a bullpen game, knowing that you do need Rodon and Fried to pitch against the Blue Jays and then against Tampa next week. It was just the combination of Hamilton and Garcia to start is you saying score as many runs as you want. We'll take the night off. And it's like, yeah, if it was reversed, if they had like one Friday and Saturday and then Sunday was the punt game, if the series feels different, but the game right out of the break after you lost the last two going into the break sucked. For Volpe, it's just, can this last more than 2 weeks? Like that third ball that was only a sac fly, it was deep, but it would have only been a home run in Wrigley. So it's just like, can this last more than two weeks? Are you actually going to start stabilizing the defense, being comfortable at the plate? We'll see about that. And then it's just about trying to find Ben Rice playing time. I mean, he DH'd and caught this weekend, because I think of like all the guys, he has the least amount of starts, with only 6 or 7 this month. So getting Rice as much starting and at bats as possible. And then why wasn't Dominguez lead off against a righty Friday night?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And speaking of Rice, I mean, obviously we want to get him in the lineup, but it's like I mentioned this a while ago. It's like I don't care about the story, the framing. Occasionally he has some good offensive games, but it's like I think Ascaris just has to go. Like it's like we can work Rice with his defense. Plus, that would open up an opportunity for Spencer Jones to get promoted. And I feel like too, if Rice is catching, especially being the backup catcher, you're going to get more starts there. And then you could, I think Jones could get to learn first base. I mean, you could just shuffle some things around. I mean, just what he's doing in AAA is tremendous. I mean, it's clear that he's ready. But I just feel like Ascaris is just wasting a roster spot.
Yeah, and I mean, the Yankees called up, I want to say number 16 prospect, Roderick Arias, who plays catcher, is a righty who's been matching since like the start of June. So he's now in AAA. And it's like, are we just keeping a scar for the year and then send him away? Like, because that's all it feels like. It feels like he's not going to do anything beyond this year for the Yankees other than just be the backup for Wells. And it's like, if you're just going to be our backup for a year, why aren't we getting someone that has more of an impact? And I mean, granted, in disaster situations, he can play first or third. But it's like, that's not why he's here.
No. And my thought is, the Yankees have this impeccable reputation for developing catchers. So the thought is, they could trade him at some point. Teams will want him. I mean, everybody can always use catching depth. But yeah, I just feel like he's clogging up space now. I mean, it's just in the numbers for Spencer Jones in the minors are unbelievable. And I know it's the minors, but I mean, it's unbelievable. What he's doing. And I think if you combine triple and double A, 26 homers, 52 RBIs, 691 slugging percentages, hitting 317. And then specifically in triple A, hitting 426 with 10 homers in 16 games. I mean, that is, unbelievable. So, I just really hope he can get a look here. And it's a shame too, because we've mentioned, before about Grisham, maybe moving him to open up a spot, but it's like, especially after that grand slam on Saturday, people are saying like, he's just a clutch player. I mean, you only have him control through the end of the year. I mean, that it makes more sense to keep him. I mean, what do you think about that?
I think like it's the off season, because I think you can move the pitching prospects now, but when you come to the off season, that's where you get like a more impact player. Like people say Joe Ryan's going to get moved, and I don't think so, because he just demands so much because he has so much command. You don't see these large impactful guys get moved into the off season. So a Trent, Grisham, or Spencer Jones, or even like if you are going to move George Lombard, like I feel like those guys should be part of a bigger deal that comes in the off season for a guy that you know is going to make an impact all year and not just, we got to hope that they're so far what they've done with this team translates well to our team and leading us to a World Series.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I don't think that it's even on the table for these top prospects to get traded unless somebody like a Jose Ramirez comes up. I think Scheffler would be the one exception. And then, they'll try to fill in some other guys, but you just hope that they, make the right moves, make enough moves. And a guy that we were thinking about signing, and even the Mets were interested in as well, David Robertson, ended up signing with the Phillies. So that's, somebody that's off the table. And I still think, Loaisiga looks terrible. I wish they would just put him on the injured list at this point, honestly, because it just seems like a waste throwing him out there. But yeah, I just think it's minimum 2 relievers that they need. And with Robertson off the board, that's just another person you're going to have to trade for at this point. But this bullpen, you don't feel great about it. So hopefully, they can put something together. But at the same time, it was nice to have that comeback on Saturday. Nice to win the series. And like I said, keep it going, show some consistency here and kind of punch back. Cause you've just gotten beaten up by your division. And I feel like that's embarrassing, but that can all change. You can have a strong performance tonight. Rodon can give you 7 strong. So that's what you're hoping for. But I'm excited for that one tonight and glad that they were able to win the series this weekend. So, we'll see what happens. We'll have our picks soon. The Mets salvaging yesterday.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Did that make you feel any better?
No.
The win yesterday? No. Skin of your teeth.
No,
right?
I guess yeah, a little bit. Sure.
Yeah.
You feel good about getting a win, I guess. But like you said, yeah, 3-2. Not a ton of offense. Not a ton of offense really all weekend, dude. I guess we can start with Friday. You get the Sean Manaea start, dude, which was great, actually. Sean Manaea on Friday, obviously, he's coming back from injury, not going the distance for you. 4 innings pitched, but 1 hit, 1 earned run, solo shot, 6 Ks, throws about 69 pitches, which is exactly what you would anticipate. But unfortunately, a big problem being the bullpen of the Mets was really the crux of your issue, the thorn in your side on Friday. And I don't know. I guess, there's not really much you could do about that, I guess. Maybe I wouldn't have tried to bring Carrillo out there for the 6-2. But in any case, he gives you an inning and a third, 5 earned runs, and that guy is just not someone who should be in the major leagues, it seems. I get served the loss on Friday, and this guy who's 28 years old. You'll get some of his stats. This is these are one of the guys who hasn't really had any major league experience.
This is the guy.
This is again, we understand it's the injuries. What are you going to do? But you're trying to make this guy something he's not. This is, I don't know, maybe his 3rd appearance as a Met, I want to say. 2nd, I don't know. But nothing's good. You really don't see that there. And then it even does suck more because I feel like the Mets, got out to an early lead on Friday. And they did because Soto, I think, homered in the 1st inning, right? Yeah, Soto 1st inning homer, 2nd inning McNeil's RBI single, 2-0, dude. And you thought that Soto coming into the second half of the year, the unofficial second half of the year with a home run, 24th of the year, you're like, all right, this is great, dude. This is going to be kind of smooth sailing this weekend. And obviously it was all for naught. Like I said, that 5th inning, McClain 2-run homer makes it 3-2. And then, you trot him back out there for the 6th. He gives up another homer to Hayes. Hayes is 2nd. Clearly the guy was batting well too. I don't know why you left this guy out there, but you brought in Waddell after that. And, I guess he really wasn't much more help. Mets try to rally in the 9th, but it's not even worth talking about. It was just too much of a deficit. You didn't really have the bullpen. It's a shame. And then Saturday was honestly another shame, dude, because it was yet again another
David
day
Wright, though,
here.
retired the number?
Yes, that's right, dude. Before I get into the game, David Wright, number retirement, dude. The documentary came out this weekend as
Howie
well.
Rose, MC, heard some of the highlights. They did the Howie Rose soundbite in the fan.
And it was really nice, dude. It was obviously a beautiful ceremony. David Wright going to the 3rd base.
Apologized for not bringing a championship back to Queens, but said he gave it his all, and that's all I could say.
I mean, he did. Homered in the World Series. Coming back from injury then too. I mean, he did certainly put his body out there for the New York Metropolitans, and I mean, it really is. Maybe it's because I'm a Met fan, but I think it is one of the sadder stories in sports, in baseball. That guy was supposed to be the next homegrown guy.
And just chronic back?
Spinal stenosis.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you see how did he look like at the stadium? Is he getting around okay?
Oh yeah. He can move fine.
Yeah, it's just more about moving as
the swinging of the bat, dude. Working the hot corner, diving, onto the foul ball line here. I mean, it's not obviously it's something that just he couldn't do anymore, which is really sad. You never really want to hear that. And Rick DiPietro was talking about it too this morning. And he's a guy who obviously has a firsthand experience at that. So, you thought maybe the Mets could rally and get a win here for David Wright, but they didn't, dude. But they did get off, on the scoreboard first. I mean, look at that, dude. Bottom of the first, Nick Martinez pitching for the Reds here. And it was just a little bit of a hitting frenzy here. Nimmo leadoff single. Lindor still do strike out. Which, was I think a theme for the top, 3-4 guys. I think Alonso had one hit that came in the first, to be honest, but then, Lindor Soto 0-4, Nimmo with a few hits here, this inning being one of them. Vientos, though, with an RBI single makes it 1-0 earlier on. Reds get out of it. Holmes comes up top of the second, few ground outs, few line outs, ends out on a strikeout. We'll have to see that. And then what do you know? Beatty, bottom of the second, solo shot, makes it 2-0. And again, here we go. Another game here where you kind of think you're watching the Mets. First two innings are looking good. You're up early on the scoreboard. This could be, let's win the series here. You know what? But we have a few errors here behind the plate, top of the third here. Holmes, who does try to, I guess, seem to be a little hittable here. Sinker that ends up being a double to right field. Hits Marte by a pitch. And then Fraley, who was on second, I guess tried to steal third. Terrence throws down to third. Bad throw. He scores because of that, dude. Marte ends up actually getting picked off at third after all this nonsense. But again, it's just like a stupid little play like that really, you gave up a run. It shouldn't have happened. It's 2-1. Frito gets grounds out to first here. McLean, though, who was batting very well this weekend, is single to score Marte, makes it 2-2. So obviously at that point, tie the game. You kind of feel like all the wind is out of your sails. Bottom of the third, 3 up, 3 down for the Mets. All of a sudden, there's no type of offense at all. And then top of the fourth, Holmes is giving up more hits, dude. And what do you know? It starts off with a leadoff walk. Only his second of the day, I guess. But obviously, it's just like, why are you doing that? Fraley ends up, singling to score Hayes here, who seemed to be always on base. 3-2, just like that. And that was kind of, the story of the rest of the game here. Holmes gets up, ends up getting plucked in the sixth. Michael, thank you very much. Dude, what's up? Blue and yellow, black and yellow, dude.
Blue and yellow, black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
That's good, brother.
Steelers making the playoffs this year. He believes it.
Rodgers?
Yeah. Garrett comes in, few, runs given up, given to Clay Holmes because again the walks. And it was just sad, dude. It really was, obviously. And honestly, almost to make matters worse, the Mets had an opportunity. So did it. Almost tied the game up in the bottom of the ninth, actually. Ball just foul. Just doesn't make it around the foul pole, dude.
Called for strike 3. I heard the bartender, I swear to God, this happened at TK's.
Okay.
So we're eating, watching the Yankee game, but then she's talking, Pooch, like a little popped, like getting like
trying to
for
like,
himself.
oh, yeah.
No. But just like talking about me with the Yankees, how he doesn't like the Yankees so much, I like the Yankees so much, like he's kept due or something. And then she even says, he's like, yeah, I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm like not a huge fan, but I have to say I do really root for Soto to fail. So I was so excited to see him strike out where he could have won the game. That was awesome.
Where's this restaurant? Never
TK's
going there, dude.
Danbury, dude.
I think they had rats in the kitchen. All right.
So it had to do with what you're talking about. That's why I had to mention.
No, that's why I had to mention it.
Yeah, of course. No other reason.
So yeah, dude, that was like I said, as if to add insult to injury, David Wright thought he was gone. He was excited, but you end up losing that game 5-2. Obviously, at that point, you're just thinking take one game here at home against the Reds. You mentioned it. They do yesterday, 3-2. Peterson salvages, honestly, the series. You know, the only starter you could be counting on this entire year, it seems like. Not that Minai didn't do well. I liked Minai's performance. You can't really, obviously, one solo shot given up over 4 innings, no problem there. But Peterson here, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run unearned, 1 walk, 4 Ks. His ERA for the season is a 2.9. So you love that. And I mentioned the 3 runs. Nimmo had an RBI single in the 3rd. Acuna had an RBI double in the 5th. And Torrens grounded out into a fielder's choice, which scored Soto. So again, the win is good. I think you were 2 for 10 on Sunday, runners in scoring position. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, you were 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And Friday, I think you had maybe 5 hits total as a team. So, you look at this weekend, and you want more runs, again, the 4 runs on what was that? Like 8 runs scored over the course of the weekend. I mean, you got to do better than that, especially now, not for nothing. They just felt like before the All-Star break, it seemed like, yes, Soto was going to do well, but it seemed like everyone else was going to do well at the same time, and not for nothing, like even yesterday, dude. I mean, you had, how many team hits did you have? 7 team hits, and 5 of them came from the bottom half of your lineup. So it's like literally McNeil through Acuna, they all had hits. So it's like, I don't know, dude. I mean, which is great. Look, you want to see that, you like that, but you want to see your usual suspects performing. I mean, Lindor and Alonso are pretty quiet this weekend, and Alonso cannot have another month like he did, like in June. Like it's just through most of July. Like you just can't you can't do that. You can't have that and think you're going to win games here, right? So it's like Angels are coming up next. You got to sweep them is really what you think. I mean, the Angels are 11 games under 500 maybe. Yeah. You're 11 games over. So it's like, you got Kadai on the mound. You got Senga on the mound tonight. Same deal. He's not going to go 5 innings. He's going to maybe at most 5 innings, right? You would think the pitch count's going to be limited. You have to go to a bullpen. So what does that mean? Like your offense has to perform no matter what, which they should be able to. But you got to go out there and you got to swing the bat, dude. You can't be looking at strike threes down the middle of the plate. So
did Jay text you after the Stanek save or no?
No, he did not, dude.
I thought he would have been fired up.
I don't know, man. I think
he's beaten down now.
Right? He is beaten down.
Yeah,
he is.
The Angels are only a game under 500.
They're 1 game under, really?
Yeah, they've hung in there.
50.
Oh,
Joe Adell,
shit, dude.
maybe most improved player if there was such a thing.
Yeah,
dark horse team.
Yeah, but
real dark. But
really though, if they were smart, they would sell, because they need some help there. And I feel like if you traded somebody like Joe Adell, there would be some takers there. Kind of curious too, because I know he's been up for a couple of years anyway, up and down. So free agent 28, so has 2 more years of control. 26 years old, streaky player. But I don't know. I think that's a bat teams would be interested in.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't realize there were 1. Who the hell was I looking at? 1 game under. It's all right, dude. They suck. Get the fuck out of here. Tyler Anderson. Stop it.
But he's a guy though.
He's a guy, dude. I've seen great stuff out of him.
No, what I'm saying, you look at it and you say you're going to score 6 runs over 3 innings, and then he goes 6 scoreless.
That's what I mean. Like I've seen good stuff off his head. So it's like I know the ERA probably isn't great. Obviously, the record abysmal here, but I mean he could put together a solid start for you.
Yeah.
But again, I mean I'm anticipating Senga goes out there and put something up like Minai did on Friday. Like that's my anticipation. So, I mean, obviously I know on Friday the Mets lost, but I don't know. I mean, hopefully the bullpen guys can get it together, dude. I mean, your bullpen has to save this game. I believe yesterday the Mets brought back up Alvarez.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's going to be great. See him behind the plate. I mentioned last week he was raking for some rehab start during his rehab starts. So we'll have to see that. So hopefully the offense will translate and we'll give Anderson a little run for his money.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens. And I was just thinking about this because I know you went with the Bonanza.
I did update.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay,
Before, when you're doing the Yankee
I got
stuff, I was
smacked. Let me hear it.
You want to hear fucking what's hilarious, dude?
What?
We both went 5-9.
5-9.
5-9.
And
dude.
the totals were a big theme of getting those wrong, or no?
Yeah, I guess so. We had a couple 0 for 2s, but a couple, quite a few 1-1s as well because of the totals. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And then I just realized, I guess we did have a few comments before we get to the picks.
Yeah, I got a lot here actually. Let's see. John Pollock says, "Oh no, Paul Skeens pitching tonight." Jay Bird fire for the golf, by the way, yet again. And I'm surprised here. John Pollock, there's no confidence, I guess. I mean, I understand it's Skeens, but
yeah, I mean, it's the Pirates. And,
I know, right?
And we are cooked. I mean, like, it's like the Tigers are in basically like the best position in baseball at this point.
First team to 60 wins.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Dodgers scuffling, Mookie Betts with a lower OPS than Anthony Volpe at this point.
Not great.
Kind of nuts.
My mother says, when are you going to AC?
Friday.
Right after
Bar Christopher, Mad Dog, Russo, Michael Babchick.
In John Pollock's defense, the Tigers were on a 6-game losing streak before their win last night.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
though.
but come on.
Everybody knows they're a threat.
Like, what do you want? You want 65 wins right now? Like, is that what you're tight about?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, when it takes you a week and a half
to get to that one game.
But also, that
to
was probably, though, their only stretch like that all season. So it was going to happen.
Yeah. But if it was the Yankees, you'd probably saying the same thing. I don't think you'd be saying we're cooked tonight, but you'd be like,
yeah, and it's still, but there is something though, because when it's happening to the Yankees and they're 10 games over 500 or 9, it's a difference when you're still 20. That's a big difference.
9, dude.
And then what else we got?
Yeah, we have Josh B saying Ozzy Albies killed us.
And he had been doing absolutely nothing. So kind of a shot in the arm there for Albies.
A shot in the arm, like with what though?
I don't want to say.
What are you trying to say here, dude?
Maybe the way Ozuna looks, I know his hips bothering him, but maybe he had a couple shots in the arm in the past couple of years because he looks cooked. They signed Sandy Leone, and they said that Drake Baldwin and Sean Murphy are going to be the catcher DH combination.
Really?
And the manager basically kicking Ozuna out the door, saying, "Yeah, he'll play every now and then if he's here." It's just like literally something like that. Last year of his deal. Just terrible production after really being really good previous years. So I just wonder, I know the injuries are a concern, but I would think a team, would take a flyer on him.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Right? Like, what the hell, dude? My mother says they, as in the Mets, are only a half game from the lead. That is something, my mom says.
Something rather than nothing.
Yeah, they're a half game back of the Phillies, who Phillies, didn't have a great weekend either. Actually, I don't know. I know they lost Friday. I don't know if they won Saturday or Sunday. I would think not. Ernie says a Grant Hill type hurt.
Yeah, talking about David Wright.
Oh, okay.
The Phillies won Saturday, lost Sunday.
Oh, let's go, dude. So lost 2 out of 3 here on the weekend. Kev
Kev do. How about
what
fuck
did you
off,
say,
Kev
dude? Like,
I don't know.
I think because you were saying,
the Mets suck. All right? And I'm not backing down from it, Kev. So keep talking. All right.
And then John Pollock says, my Tigers will Eugenio Suarez, plus we need more offense, firepower.
Yeah. Just relax here, okay? Eugenio is coming here because we can no longer have Oswald Peraza as our starting third baseman, okay?
Tigers are going to acquire Brian Hayes.
Yes. Take Brian Hayes, please.
Josh B says Brian, say the Yankees are cooked.
Josh, I'm not kidding. I was. I mean, you saw it. I said it in JD's group chat there. I was feeling like that on Saturday, but obviously, shot in the arm. I guess that's the theme of today. The comeback was great, and yeah, I know, like, people think, oh, always bouquets, this and that. But yeah, there's a lot of things to clean up, but. Fortunately, we have the ability to do that. We just have to make the right move. So hopefully we do.
John Pollock says, "Stay away from that haze."
No, you're gonna. The Tigers will be smoking that haze. Okay.
Wow, dude. Speaking of smoking, Ernie says it's a new leaf for Brian, I guess. By the way, Ernie, I guess, is our number 2 fan. Josh B's number 1. Looks like.
Wow.
I think there's more to that than just the. Although a second ago, Ernie was number 3. Now he's number 2.
Yeah, I don't know. If there was a way to know, I feel like
there's got to be a way, dude. Oh, it's interesting, actually. If you click into it, I guess you can do it. Keep showing support to make it. Oh, yeah. No, see, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, no. I mean, John Pollock's, I guess, number 1 overall, it seems.
Wow. So highly competitive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the top of the leaderboard, Ernie 2, Josh B 3, all within 50 points of each other, it says.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
There we go, dude.
Oh, and then let's see. He says, yeah, we'll be smoking your Yankees on.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys won the series last time, but that was a while ago. And once Eugenio is in for Peraza, it's going to be a different situation, John. All right.
Ernie says that you hit a 40-inch vert when Grish won that game.
I mean, pretty much. All right. Because I was down and out. And then Detroit hasn't beaten us in the playoffs from, I mean, they did, Ernie, in 2012, ALCS, Jeter, the broken ankle.
Stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that was a while ago. No, they did get us a couple times. I'm not going to lie. But we definitely can. But we got to improve the team. So it's on Mr. Cashman. I was just gonna ask. So, what is the exact records after the 5 and 9s?
So you're 96 and 106, and I am 99 and 101.
All right. Well, and I think you're leading off, aren't you?
I definitely am leading off. Actually,
So let's do another edition 6-pack MLB pick segment. Brought to you by the Hirsch Law Firm, and I'm guessing we're going to Queens.
Yeah, dude, we are gonna go to Queens. All right, dude, Senga, why not? 7:10 p.m. here. You have Kadai here towing the slab. Tyler Anderson, we were speaking about him. The numbers, Mason, they could be a little deceiving. Tyler Anderson could go out there, could pitch 6 scoreless. Not gonna happen though tonight. Why? Because we have Francisco Alvarez back in the lineup, dude. And I'm telling you right now, put him down, Ernie, for a dinger tonight. Why not, dude? First game back in the saddle, first game homer, and I think it's going to be late. And I think it's going to be a game-deciding home run, not walk-off, bottom of the 9th, maybe bottom of the 7th, the go-ahead hit here, the go-ahead home run. Gives the Mets the lead. Maybe you'll get like an 8th or 9th inning, couple insurance runs. Ends up, though, the Mets, I say score 6, give up 3. So that'd be Mets and just on the over here, Brian. Let's fucking go.
All right. So Rogers Center, series of the second half possibly can go one way or another, and it needs to go the Yankees' way tonight. They have to reverse course from this weak ability to beat divisional rivals, and especially on the road. The Jays, I think it's a franchise record 10 straight at home, 35-16 at Rogers Center. Kevin Gausman, 6-7, 419. Rodon, 10-6, 308. So big start for Rodon. And I'm expecting nothing but Rodon setting the tone early, often. I think he's going to give us 7 strong innings, striking out 10, only 2 earned runs. And I think Gausman, the Yankee lefties, will take advantage of him on the hill. And I could see Austin Wells giving us a big boost with a 3-run 4th inning home run. And also Stanton, hopefully in the lineup, usually hits well at Rogers Center. Give him a dinger as well. And I think it's a tight one, but the Yankees do end up prevailing here. I'm going to say by the final score of 6-4. So give me the Yankees, and I believe that would be the under.
Yankees and the under, dude.
Let's go. Yeah, 8.5.
All right, so Yanks under. I hate to do it, dude, but as much as I would like to see the Red Sox win, I guess we're going to go to Philadelphia. I'm picking the Phillies here. Honestly, I would see maybe the Red Sox giving them a good run for their money if anyone other than Walker Buehler was pitching tonight. 16-6 in the year, a 6.12 ERA, has given up 6 home runs his last 5 starts. I think he gave up 2 to Tampa Bay in his last start. So obviously having trouble with the long ball. And, I mean, the Philadelphia Phillies have a lot of long ball hitters. in their lineup, Schwarber, Harper, whatever. I know Alec Boehm is injured right now, but you know who's not? Zach Wheeler, Cy Young contender, 2.36 ERA, 9-3 on the season. Keeping it pretty dialed in, has almost double the amount of innings pitched than Walker Buehler this year, and has 4 less home runs given up. He's done great, obviously. Over under here is 7.5. I think the Phillies could score 6 or 5, but I guess give me the over here. Phillies 6, Boston 2. Phillies in the over for game 2 for me. Bang.
All right. And yeah, Bueller, I mean, you would think if they can't trade him, they might cut him. He's been that bad. All
Attitude.
right. So I am going to go, let's see here. Couple
Cubs.
things on the table, but they're going with the opener. So I will go to Colorado.
Wow.
Give me the St. Louis Cardinals
Really?
just hanging in there, 51-49. Michael McGreevy towing the slab, 1-1, 4.22. Austin Gomber, one of those batting practice pitchers, 5.65 earned run average. The Cards have lost 4 out of 5. The Rockies have won 2 out of 5. Are 24-75. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's just always a gift for teams to play the Rockies. Obviously, the team is struggling, and then you talk about Coors Field as well. So I'm going to say Arenado, maybe tribute video, maybe not. But I'm going to say he's got 2 homers, 7 RBIs. I think it's a route. I think Wilson Contreras maybe goes deep as well. But give me the Cards winning this game. I'm going to say 11-4 Cardinals in the over.
Cardinals and the over. All right, next game. Last game here for me, dude. And I know they've been on the skid, but let's go to Dodger Stadium here. The Dodgers, 10 p.m., taking on the Minnesota Twins. The Twins here, dropping 3 of their last 5, just like the Dodgers, just got swept by Milwaukee over the weekend. But I will say, dude, I think Dodgers maybe a little bit of a get-right spot here. Shohei Ohtani on the mound here, towing the slab. Speaking of opener, obviously pitch count limited, whatever, but still, I think he can throw 4 or 5 scoreless innings, to be honest, dude, at this point. He's also on a 2-game home run streak, so why not make it 3 here tonight as David Festa is towing the slab for Minnesota, 5.25 ERA, 3-3 on the season. And I think the bullpen for the Dodgers can hold it down. I don't think there'll be much more scoring other than that, though. I would say give me Dodgers over 8.5. I say Dodgers win 4-2. Dodgers under here for my third and final, to you, Brian.
All right. Tigers, Pirates, Skeens, Flaherty, PNC Park.
John Pollock, cover your ears.
Yeah, no. I'm going to say the Tigers win. I think Skeens will throw 7 shutout innings, strike out 12. Pirates bullpen, we know. And I think the Tigers end up winning. I'm going to say 4-2. Gleyber Torres, 8th inning grand slam. The all-star second baseman. The difference in this one, so we're going to go Tigers and the under, just like that. MLB 6-pack pick segment. Firm, all of that. Let's take one north of the border tonight. All right?
North of the border, dude.
So, yeah. And then, I mean, really, other than that, it's just time once again to strike up the music for another grid. That of the Immaculate Forum, Tony.
Yes, dude. The Immaculate Grid locked and ready to go here. And we had a tough category,
the first round draft pick, the proverbial first round draft
first
pick.
time in a long time.
Long time. But we got a couple of things here that that we could do. Like specifically with the Brewers and the
Red
Rangers.
Sox? Rangers.
Brewers and Rangers. That's actually interesting too. Well, I was thinking Prince, but that's probably too high, right? But how about Rangers, Astros, Carlos Beltran?
You know that'd be too high?
No, because nobody thinks of Beltran on the Rangers.
4%. All right, dude.
Shortstop for Houston. I feel like Dubon. What were you gonna say?
Our boy, Sacred Heart alumni, Zach Short.
Okay.
I mean, come on, like he's got.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Dubon will be low, but that'll be even lower. So.
I want to say it's with a. Yeah, it is with a K. Bang,
Wow,
dude. Let's go.
6.
Pioneers, baby.
And I'm trying to think. I want to say before he moved over to second base,
Bryce Ray.
or I was going to say Segura. I don't know who would be lower
for Milwaukee.
Yeah,
I mean, who's their guy now? Monastero, right?
Joey Ortiz.
Joey Ortiz is another guy they use too. I think any of those guys will probably be around, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to use Joey Ortiz?
Sure.
Because they put him in not too long ago, right after 3%, dude.
There we go.
There we go. Boston, Milwaukee.
Oh,
well,
first round draft pick, shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Bottom right. Team of the weekend.
It's gonna be high.
No, it's not. Come on now,
dude.
What were you gonna say though?
I kind of forget, to be honest now, because I think I don't know what I was thinking. Hunter Renfroe, Red Sox, Brewers. I think we were just talking about him.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Yeah.
he definitely played for the Brewers, right?
He definitely played for the Red Sox.
Yeah. Well, it's a 2-part thing here. 6%.
6%, dude. Oh.
Whoa.
So we're at like 15, 16% right now.
Yeah.
We're at, dude.
The Astros and the Red Sox.
Roger Clemens have 100, dude. Rangers, Brewers, Julio Franco. That's a good one, dude.
There we go.
Julio. Bang. 3%. Bang, dude. Ernie, by the way, says he is here, dude.
Yes. The Swami is here.
Swami is alive. Oh my God, who played for the Red Sox and the Astros? Roger.
Besides that,
Vasquez.
The
catcher.
Christian
Vasquez?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, do that.
Okay,
They
it's definitely
traded
that,
him
dude.
Yep.
Good call. %. All right, dude. That's one. Now we just need first round draft picks. Was Pedroia a first rounder?
Trot Nixon.
Trot Nixon. 1%. Wow.
And then for the Rangers, look out, Jack Leiter, but do you know anybody else?
No, I don't know anyone else off the top of my head. The Rangers drafting in the first round.
Well, it was like, because it's anyone that was a first rounder that's played for the Rangers. So you didn't have to be drafted by the Rangers.
Yeah.
Player must have, when paired with a team, player may have either been drafted in the first round by that team or played at least one game with that team in their career. Includes players chosen in the first round and sandwich picks between round 1 and 2.
Sandwiches?
Yeah. Sandwich picks.
All right, so yeah, there we go. Any first rounder that's played for the Rangers. Kumar?
Yeah, do that one.
Kumar Rocker, dude. 5%.
There we go. What was the total?
32.
Not too bad. But we
dudes.
we put such high expectations out there for ourselves. That's what it is.
Yeah, we do. That was good, dude.
And Josh had said Justin Smoke, which is actually a good one. A guy I kind of forgot about.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good.
Wow, and I guess I'm late to the party on this, but Chris Ball back to the Clippers.
Well, I guess you are.
Really?
You heard about it or no?
No.
Oh,
No.
I think this is like just happening.
Really?
Yeah, with ESPN. But obviously they bring in Beal, and also too with Beal. I understand his contract was terrible, but I feel like he's getting like really undervalued. Only $11 million he's making. He was making like $50 million before. Like it's like Bradley Beal is still like a really good offensive player. No.
Yeah, I think everyone just doesn't know what happened in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Whether it was Devin Booker just playing a little differently after being on Team USA, the
KD.
coaching staff, KD, like no one knows what it was and why they were such a dumpster fire that both KD and Beal maybe getting a little more blame from teams, and people are thinking that they'd rather take the chance on KD than Bradley Beal.
Who do you think would be more of the problem, though, in the locker room? Do you think it would be Bradley Beal or KD?
Kevin Durant. I mean, but that's also just because Kevin Durant has shown.
Mm-hmm.
He's just such a chief.
Yeah, he is.
Like, such a waste of talent. Like, could be in the conversation for the best players of all time, honestly.
Do you think do his stats say that he is in the conversation? Obviously, there's a lack of championships, but
yeah, but when you're talking about greatest of all time, that's obviously going to come into the equation.
Yeah,
plus
huge.
the injuries kind of set him back a little bit. So, and then kind of bounce into the teams too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, what are you gonna do, dude?
But yeah,
What's
so
the point?
just thought that was interesting. I also see on here after the conclusion of the Open, Keegan Bradley confirmed that Bryson DeChambeau, regardless if he's in the top 6 or not, will represent the U.S. at the Ryder Cup in September at Bethpage. So obviously, that's a good move.
Yeah, it's a great move, dude.
So
Keegan Bradley, great guy, dude.
Yeah,
He's smart,
and I think he's got to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because did you watch the full swing when he was like not selected and they called him and stuff?
No.
Yeah. So that was like a big theme, and here he is, the captain. He's playing well enough. I mean, he's got to be in there. And he's done well in Ryder Cups before. And then Ernie says he was a third option. LOL. In my opinion, he'd just be the key guy Washington showed us that.
Interesting.
Bradley Beal.
Also, by the way, you skipped one here. Proud of you guys.
Okay. No, I thought you were talking about something else that I'm not even going to speak of. We already talked about that, and the CIA is already on it.
Also, John Pollock can go kick rocks. By the way, okay, dude, taking the Angel, that's ridiculous, dude. Taking him in what? By the way, like just cause, like, are you betting on them?
Tricky
like,
spot.
Bet.
You know,
put your money on it.
But I don't know about you guys, but I just I know it's probably gonna have to just wait to the day of, maybe day before, but I just want these deals done now. Right
now, dude.
I mean, yeah, this is the week where we'll probably get one. I mean, the Jazz trade was the 27th last year, so definitely by next weekend we'll at least have 1 or 2 deals done. And then the deadline's on a Thursday or Wednesday, Thursday is when the 31st
I think so.
is.
Thursday at night or something.
So
afternoon.
I think the weekend will probably be the first swing of moves being made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's just I know, especially these teams, they want to go down to the wire, if they're buying or selling, but it just to have these guys for this Toronto series, would have been so huge. But the thing is, I mean, let's face it. I mean, coming up this next month, I mean, there's just big series all over the place. Wherever you look, I believe after this Blue Jays series, then we play the Phillies and the Rays. So obviously those are going to be huge series. Get a little bit of a break in Miami and Texas, but then we play the Astros, at home, and the Twins before going to St. Louis and then back to Tampa, and then 4 games set with Boston. So not as many easy games on the schedule, but listen, just got to take one game at a time. And I think a thing that's big too, because a lot was made when the Yankees have went through these struggles about the offense, but also if you think back to the beginning of the year, I mean, we were just getting these prime pitching performances night in and night out, not to mention with the lockdown bullpen. And both of those things have kind of been very up and down. But I think at least with the way our rotation set up for this Toronto series, I think we're lined up pretty good. I mean, the one thing I kind of worry about is just Schlittler. He looked great his first start, but I mean, quite the task. First road start of his career, Toronto. I mean, that I will be surprised if he has a really strong performance. Hopefully he does, but I think that's just a tough spot for him.
Yeah, no, that is, like you said, on the road too. You got Scherzer on the other side.
Hope maybe Scherzer, the blister,
yeah,
or just
maybe
old age. We hit him around, but he looked pretty good against us last time.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam's probably pitching for a deadline package.
Yeah,
if he pitches really well against the Blue Jays and can get these guys to strike out when they're not a strikeout team, he could save the Yankees a second prospect in a deal.
I really feel I mean, barring something pretty unexpected, I don't think there's no way he's going to make it through the deadline. He can't. He's our most valuable asset that we are willing to trade.
Yeah, I mean, there's not enough position players at positions we don't need. And I think Spencer Jones, like I said, he's been on a tear, but I think he's more valuable in a bigger deal. Whereas Cam Schlittler right now, especially with the way pitchers are almost guaranteed a Tommy John in their first rookie deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true.
And I think, like I was saying with Jones too, I don't think he's gonna end up getting moved. Other than, like I said, if it's somebody like that we're not seeing, or like a Jose Ramirez, but Cleveland's already went out and said that's not gonna happen in terms of trading him. So this trade deadline is gonna be great. Just I wonder too, other than the Beeks deal, being part of with Suarez, like what other relievers you think are in play? I mean, people have said like Bautista. Maybe the Orioles don't want to trade him to us. Like, who are the options? Bednar, I guess they've talked about.
Yeah, I mean, you do wonder why was the Alex Jackson trade made, if not in hopes of now at the deadline the Orioles will be like, okay, we will give you, whether it's Gregory Soto, Felix Bautista, Cano, one of those guys. But you never know with Mike Elias. He might sit there and do nothing like he's done for the past 3 years.
Very true.
But I mean, that would be crazy. I mean, I don't see how they don't trade Cedric Mullins.
They got him.
Yeah. Are you going to be tight if he's
going to the Mets?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be tight about that.
He'd be tight if he went to the Phillies.
I would be tight if he went to the Phillies.
But you really think, you could see him coming in, big impact.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think, he's got a good pop off the bat. And I know also, like, they were talking about pursuing Soto as well, Gregory Soto.
Oh, say Soto. I'm thinking, Soto.
That's because you're obsessed, dude.
Yeah, it is, definitely. What are you, somebody that we're not going to talk about? No, but Soto is interesting. I mean, that would be a good move for us because, I mean, the Yankees lack, like, the guys throwing hard. I mean, he's been inconsistent, though, but he does throw 100. I mean, it's valuable to have that.
Yeah, so valuable, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, who throws 100 out of the bullpen, really? For the Mets, even, too. Diaz?
Yeah.
Static?
Static.
Come on.
But Bednar is interesting. They've been talking about, maybe a package with Hayes. Like, we can't, like, it's like, we might as well have Peraza.
We have Ke'Bryan Hayes at home.
Yeah.
We have Ke'Bryan Hayes at home. It just doesn't make sense. I think Ke'Bryan Hayes is a move we make in the offseason to be like, hey, he's got some control.
Right.
We'll take him on. Like, in the offseason, if they want to solve the third base issue, that's when you trade for him. That's not a winning move. You don't trade for him now thinking we have World Series aspirations. The Astros are back. The Tigers are ascending. We have to strike now. We thought it was going to be as easy as it was last year.
Right.
You can't afford to fill a hole with Ke'Bryan Hayes, who all people are saying he's been a little better offensively.
Hitting 250 with 2 homers, probably, right?
Yeah, like I think he's a little above. I think his average is up this year, but you don't get any of that pop. And when you're trying to win a World Series in crunch time, you need more of the pop.
237 with 2 home runs. So I guess I overvalue him.
Yeah.
And it's Fantasy Pros, Pinstripe Alleys, all articles about the Yankees possibly being interested in Hayes. Signed through 29. I can't do the lack of offense at that position. It's a shame, though, because if he was the player in 2023 with 15 home runs, a 762 OPS, I could live with it.
Yeah.
But the problem is the last 2 seasons he's hit 6 home runs and his average is 235. I mean, it's just
not good, dude.
Yeah.
By the way,
the
though,
defense, but
first rounder, third baseman, Pittsburgh.
Grid.
Think about it, dude. Commit to memory.
But yeah,
Charlie's boy.
Yeah, Charlie's boy. There's the lineage. But does anybody stand out for you, Dan, that like you want to see them get reliever wise?
No, because it's just you never know how these relievers are actually going to turn out. You don't know how the Yankees are going to use them because they always find someone deadline time that they turn around. And I also think with when Yeri gets back and with Cruz gets back, it'll be, and even when Heel gets back, it'll be interesting to see who they move around Is it like Loaisiga definitely needs a
Mhm.
break to just get right? But what do you do with Efros and Brubaker? Do you just keep using them to eat innings until
Right.
we get to the playoffs? So I don't know. I trust Matt Blake, so that's why it's like, yeah, just get a reliever in a deal that has plus upside that you can see has swing and miss stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but isn't just like a one-trick pony.
Yeah. Ryan Helsley's been talked about as well. I mean, that would be nice. Only this year under control, but yeah, I mean, I just hope we go big in that department and like get at least one like known commodity, and then if you want to try to turn somewhere else around, fine. Just to get some new arms in here, but yeah, and Fernando Cruz when he comes back, that'll be huge, and especially he'll if Warren's going to be in the bullpen, Ryan Yarbrough in the bullpen, I think too.
Yeah, dude,
can be a weapon. So, it's still because I know last time I asked you about this, you didn't really have anything further with the Mets, possibly any names.
Like I said, I mean, this weekend I was reading about Soto.
Okay, that was really the only one.
Yeah, in terms of like reasonable options, I guess. Yeah. The dude from the Pirates too was also talked about. Bednar. But I don't know, man. I mean, I guess maybe Soto pops off the page a little bit more for me.
Just the velocity.
Yeah, just to have that ability to throw the ball hard. I mean, it's great.
Yeah,
it's very hard for opposing lineups. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But also, like you, I mean, I'm getting kind of like antsy, I think, about making some moves here.
Bednar is interesting too because he's got next year arbitration as well. So kind of nice when you could trade for someone and then he's around for the next year or two.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
And what did you think about Ohapi going yard?
I think Ernie's just trying to play around.
And then I think Fishboy's playing around because Suarez ain't coming to the Tigers. Let me tell you, that's gonna be real tough if that happens.
That would be pretty crazy.
They don't need him
like for everybody.
Yeah,
like the entire league would be. Oh gosh, really?
I don't think the Tigers have the prospects
to get Suarez.
Yeah.
So hopefully not. We'll see, but definitely pumped for the game tonight. Pumped for the rest of the week. A lot of good stuff coming. But definitely a great show to kick off the week today.
Hell yeah, dude.
So yeah, let's go Yanks. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay. Costume, the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yanks!
Let's go Mets!
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.